3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, it's Chris
and Fur,
and we're back for another installment of Tackle Talk Thursday. We have been slamming and jamming, folks. We fished back-to-back weekends on Lake Russo, which is a dam they built. If you're familiar with the area, it's for the Cross Florida Barge Canal. If you're not familiar with the area, a harebrained politician, and I think the 50s or some, maybe 40s, 50s, don't quote me on that, thought it'd be a great idea to put a shipping channel through the state of Florida, and we're left with the remnants of it, and they hold fish. This one's over in Denellen, Florida. This is the Withlacoochee River. It flows into the Gulf of Mexico and to the Barge Canal and hot water canals over in Crystal River. We fished that for a little bit. Gosh, we caught them on chatterbaits, speed worms, Senkos, running them wacky rigged. What else did we get them on? We caught them on something else, didn't we? I can't remember. We caught them on something. I don't remember. And it was all sorts of colors too. It was crazy. You'd get in tiny little pockets, and like a small area would be real dirty, churned up water, and you'd go what? 1/8 of a mile up, not even, and it'd be crystal gin clear. I mean, gin clear. And it was crazy. So I'm like grabbing watermelon red magic, grabbing Junebug red, I'm like, every time I'd bump the trolling motor, we were in some other different kind of water, and I'm like, it was crazy. We went through too many soft plastics that day. That was 2 weekends in a row. We're getting those videos together, guys. We've been slammed. I got one edited. I've got another one ready to get edited. I'll probably work on that tonight, possibly. We have tournament footage to edit. I don't know. Who wants to work for free? Because I need help, because I'm struggling over here, guys. But anyways, fast forward, as you guys know, we missed our tournament last week due to bad weather. We had a nasty little storm front coming through, and it just wasn't worth it to be out on the lake in those conditions. So then Monday was Memorial Day, so they pushed that tournament to last night, or Tuesday night it would have been. And beautiful conditions, guys. I mean, dead flat, looked like a sheet of glass. Very minimal wind. Temperature was comfortable. It had all of the writings to be like just a stellar night. And I'm happy with what we did. We finished well. You guys have to watch and see where we finished, but I'll throw a teaser. It's our best finish of the year. So it gives us some valuable points. But yeah, guys, I don't even know where we're at in the point standings, so it's just been very hectic for everybody. I know our tournament director's chasing his tail, we're chasing our tail, other fishermen are chasing their tail. And just to make it crazy, we fished Tuesday night, we have a club tournament Saturday on the Harris chain, and then right back to our home lake the following Monday for another one. And it's just crazy. And now I'm talking about wanting to do open derbies down on the Harris chain. And I don't, somebody might need to reach through this camera and slap me, or before he does. Although I don't know why he's gonna slap me, because he catches all the fish. So anyways, fast forward to our tournament. I'll tell you guys what's been working. And I'll make mine short and sweet. Big nickels, guys. Look at that thumping blade. And I'll tell you right now, I have used a bunch of night blade spinnerbaits in my days, because for a while I predominantly only fished at night. This blade on the nickels thumps harder than any spinnerbait I have thrown. I don't know what witchcraft and magic y'all are working with over there at Nichols, but I am a believer after this. This thing is freaking stellar, guys. Pick you up one and try it if you don't believe me. If you have, drop a comment on how you liked it in comparison to others. The blade design, it's almost pinched right there. It's hard for you guys to see it out there, but it's just the shape of the blade. That joker thumps like crazy, guys. I throw these big 1 ounce and 3/4 ounce spinner baits on a 7.3 heavy Fitzgerald. This is their all-purpose series, a 7.3 heavy with 18-pound fluorocarbon. Actually, I think I might have switched to 20 on this. This was a stout setup, so for it to be rattling me around like that tells you something. It's paired up on a 151XG Corrado from Shimano. This is their MGL series. And then I've just got an all black Kitech trailer, and then just a, ow, I just poked myself, and then I got a 6 cents trailer on it. What we do with these is we work brush piles with them, especially these larger ones I work brush piles with. And all you're doing is just slow rolling it. I cast it out, let it sink to the bottom, slow roll it, and I bump it off the brush. Picture how you guys run like square bills and stuff like that. Very similar, except we're in 12 feet of water at night doing it. It works. Last night it wasn't working that good. I think they wanted some stationary baits. I'm not sure exactly what they were doing. I caught one right off the rip on this, and I did not get a nibble the rest of the night. Now, I'm gonna let the star of the show take it away, because apparently I don't know how to catch fish anymore. So fill them in on what the juice was last night.
So, funny thing, before I get into what I was throwing, I did not pick up another rod. I was on the same rod all night.
Not once did he pick up any other rod in the boat. Not a single one.
And like always, I was throwing June bug dead ringer, and that's the big dead ringer.
Yep, so right here, guys, that is the big dead ringer. It is the 8-inch. Let me pop one of these out so you guys can, that way it's not contrasting off the rod real quick. These worms work so good, guys, I order them by the case, okay? If any of y'all out there have ever ordered Zoom by the case, you kind of know how I'm rolling right now. Look at that tail, guys. That's the body. That's my finger for size. And I don't have big hands, or I mean, I've got big for my size, I guess, but then now look at that tail in contrast to that body, guys. Picture that sucker up and falling. Look at that tail. That's the key to it. You can slow swim these, which I think that's how you were kind of getting on him. He started slow swimming them, kind of like you're slow rolling like a speed worm or something like that, and that tail just dances. And obviously you guys know with June bug, it's got nice chunky green flake in it, and the flake really, really pops on the tail. Another way we do it on brush piles is, sorry guys, my allergies are killing me. I work outdoors, I run mowers all day and kicking all this dry dust and stuff up. I am driving the struggle bus. I ain't even riding on it. I'm driving that bad boy till the wheels fall off. But what we do is like last night, it was predominantly swimming from him, and he was actually getting the bigger bite. He did get the bigger bite. I hate admitting it, but no, I mean, this kid is just, he's a hammer. He's got a good coach. Yeah, I pat myself on the back. He punches me in the back. What my style is, and granted, there's not a lot of brush. It's a very, very old brush pile that we fish. I mean old, like it's older than him. I'm not kidding you guys. Like I was there when they put them out, I know. And the particular ones we're fishing were not refreshed. And the other part of the lake, they're refreshed, but ours are not. Picture you've got a stick up like this, like my arm. So what I do is anytime I come up and I feel resistance of that, of like the stick, you'll see me and I'll pop the rod real quick. And what you're doing is you're getting that worm to come up and you're popping it over and it's free falling. And when they're really chewing, I mean, you've got to watch your line. I know that's tough at night, so what I do is I keep a finger on the line and I slack line it. A lot of times, if you are on a good amount of fish or they're feeding real hard, they are going to, by the time you get that tension back out of your line, because I let it go all the way back to the bottom, it's usually in a fish's mouth. Doesn't always work out that way, but in an opportune situation, like when all the factors are right and all the stars are aligned and everything's ready to go, that's the juice. Like I cannot emphasize to you guys how many fish I have caught just on a big dead ringer. By far, I've won the most money off of this worm. I've caught the most fish. It's just nuts. Now the fishing slowed down quite a bit in this lake compared to when I was younger fishing it, but it can still get crazy out there. I mean, I've been out by myself just pre-fishing, kind of tinkering around in some of my small areas, caught 45, 50 fish, and didn't even fish a whole day. I mean, I was home early and caught that many fish. So, But yeah, that was kind of how it went. I want to spoil it. I want to tell him. I want to brag about this kid, but you guys gotta wait. But he carried the team again. Hopefully his kid's got strong shoulders. One thing I do want to touch on, guys, when it's getting hot like this, if you guys are in the southern states, do yourself a favor. If you're fishing tournaments, go get some G Juice, or I use Rejuvenade. That's with a D, Rejuvenade. It finishes D-E instead of T-E, like Rejuvenate. It's Nade. It is a granule form that you mix in. It was recommended to me by, well, none other than Brookers down there. Shout out Brookers. They're down on the Harris chain there in Leesburg, right where 441 and 27 split. The other one, obviously, most of you guys should know what G Fuel is. Do that if you can. Freeze some bottles of water. We gotta watch out for these fish. We unfortunately had a fish die in a live well last night. Now, granted, it wasn't due to extreme conditions or anything like that, because the water was still fairly cool compared to how hot it can get. It's warm. I mean, if you guys saw the temperature, you guys in the northern states, you would be like, oh my goodness. Unfortunately, we had a fish get throat hooked, and I could not save him. I couldn't. I'm like devastated that I couldn't save it. That's my last intention when I leave the house, is to hurt a fish. So, but guys, please, 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 just Rejuvenade, G Fuel. What we do is freeze bottles of water. Like, we've got a club tournament Saturday. I'm gonna freeze a 12-pack of water and leave it in our big cooler, and then every hour I'm gonna toss a water bottle in there. Well, recirculating water. Like, I don't even have a recirculation pump on my boat. I've just got the main live well pump. I can't recirculate it and pump it out. So I have an electric pump that I use. That's how serious I take this. I went and bought an electric transfer pump just to be able to do it. It's slow, it's painful, but I don't care. It's worth it to keep these fish alive. So he can have them when he grows up. You know, young kids. I want to preserve what I had for them, because we're slowly losing our state. So, but anyways, was there anything else you wanted to add for?
No, not that I can think of.
Other than his shoulders and backs getting tired carrying his dad around every tournament? Hopefully I can turn around and catch some. I don't know. We had a pretty good pattern figured out, but that was 2 weeks ago? Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago when we fished the chain. I don't know if that pattern's going to play out again, but we're going to go dance and see. We're throwing a lot of chatterbaits, probably. It's cast, and then cast some more. But eventually, we go the KVD approach on the Harris chain. You make 1,500 casts a day, you're bound to catch something good. But I think that's going to wrap it up, guys. Hope everybody had a good and safe Memorial Day weekend. We fished a little bit here and there. I ended up working Memorial Day. I don't really take a lot of holidays, and when I do, it's fishing. So, but anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this up because I have a ton of editing to do. I still gotta eat. I mean, I'm withering away to nothing, so you know I gotta eat. But anyways, he carried the team in the tournament. I think I'm gonna make him carry the team in the video. Take it away, kiddo. Make
sure you guys check us out on all other social medias like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye guys.